Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better for you. Today we're going to be showcasing our 6-star Yasuo that we were just recently able to get. So let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. So up here, his 6-star round and recall stunned enemies. Now this is doing a couple things for you. For one, it's giving you another way to recall, and Yasuo is all about stuns and recalls. His level up is when you stun or recall an enemy. So this is letting him get leveled up way faster, but then recalling is also removing that unit from the board. So this can be very good. Normally Yasuo is able to kill units when they're stunned when he's leveled and on the board. But again, this is just covering kind of your bases. So if your Yasuo isn't strong enough to kill the enemy target, or if you had bad luck and you don't have Yasuo on your board, when you're stunning an enemy, you're pretty much guaranteeing that they're getting removed from the board, because if Yasuo doesn't kill them, the recall will. Also, when they're getting recalled, it does give your Yasuo one last opportunity to try to strike and kill them. And so overall, this is kind of just making everything Yasuo does better. It's not really changing how you're playing too much. You can probably think of it similar to like the Elder Dragon 6-star, where again, not really changing how you're playing, but it just makes everything you're doing better. Now, as far as the build we're going to be trying today, we're going to go with pretty much my favorite build for him, the Windblade. So if I'm Yasuo, +1 starting mana. When you recall an enemy, increases cost by 2. So this is really nice. With the extra mana, we can play Yasuo turn 1. And then when we're recalling an enemy, which now is going to happen way more often with our 6-star, it's going to be harder for the enemy to play it again. We're also going for Tempest Blade. When I level up stun all enemies, he'll level way faster. And this will be good just for clearing the board and really getting the tempo shift in our favor. I don't think this is as important with your 6-star, but it's still pretty nice to have. Then the Echoing Spirit, just making sure we get our Yasuo, and then gain a bunch of his champion spell, which is excellent. Now, normally when we get a champion to 6 stars, we try them up against Fiddlesticks, and so we'll be doing that again right now, since he's pretty much the hardest content in the game right now. First power, let's see what we're able to get. All right, so when you summon an ally, grant a random keyword. Ally survives damage, grant it 1/1. Reduce the cost in spells in hand by 1. This one is okay. Sure, we can go ahead and grab this one. Welcome gifts. We could high roll, maybe get like lifesteal, but this will be a little bit more consistent for us. Let's go ahead and hit up Sleepless Slumber. All right, this is actually a really good, starting hand. We have Yasuo, Yone, Fae Blade Twirler. I think I'll actually drop Blade Twirler first, since they have that spell shield. A little bit worried about Yasuo really getting hit with like a darkness. Sure, we can drop this here, just to kind of fill out our board a little bit, and yeah, we can pass for now.
I dare you.
All right, they still might be able to kill our Yasuo, but let's try to drop him right here. Yep, there it is. I was a little worried. We'll pass for now. All right, so Yasuo is now going to be able to level. Let's pass one more time. Hopefully they drop their, well, a 4 cost.
I follow only one path, my own.
All right, so there goes their whole board. Blade Twirler got a bunch of damage. And yeah, let's go ahead and attack like this. It's not quite ending, but now we're in a pretty good position, although again, Yasuo might just get killed by a darkness. I think we'll hold off. Let's go for the Blade Scout. All right, since they dropped 2 units, let's go for our Yone. So Yasuo's killing both of them, but if they were bigger, they could just get recalled if we kind of failed to kill them. We can, drag this one aside, and then that should be game. Nice. Recall unit with 3 or less health. Sure, potentially we could use this to save one of our own units. It'll probably be better than these other 2. Support champion. Let's see what we can get here. Vi, Kaisa, Lee Sin. I feel like Lee Sin could be pretty good. Although he is a little expensive, it's sometimes nice to have a cheaper champion with that Everfrost. Voidling, Payday. This has draw on it, which isn't too bad. I think let's actually try 1 reroll. If we could get someone a little bit cheaper, like a Samira, that could be quite nice. Elegant Edge, draw. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and go here. Yeah, we can go for the shops. Let's go for Shadow in the Brush. All right, looks good. So I don't think they have as many aggressive spells. Let's go ahead and drop our Yasuo right away.
The wind, always by my side.
Yeah, Yasuo's not as bad against bigger units, or just a lot of units necessarily.
Even
Them having spells is generally worse for us.
Such is the way.
I think let's drop Samira. She's going to stun a target. She hits the strongest enemy. Okay, so we're going to get the one in the
I excel
spell shields. That's quite nice.
and roll.
All right. Just making sure they can't really do anything. This will, yeah, level us. So we unfortunately couldn't get our Blade Twirler on the board.
do all right. Even I have
Again.
All right, fantastic.
Peace and quiet. My mama would love you.
All right, let's go ahead and just immediately attack. We don't have that much damage, which is a little sad. Like, we have so much control, but it still normally takes a couple rounds to actually be able to end. Yeah, at this point, though, doesn't really matter what they're doing. Sure, let's just drop this. It'll pop their spell shield.
or does it follow?
First blood.
And then, yeah, drop another Steel Tempest.
I do all right.
Weak.
Face me. It is time.
All right, let's drag this one aside, and that'll be GG.
Wasn't worth it.
All right, let's go ahead and get some more Concussive Palms. Getting this with Grifter's deck is pretty solid. And let's try to hit up the shop, see if we can get something decent. Crescent Strike wouldn't be too bad. Attacks on the strongest back row enemy, that also could be pretty good. Play, stun an enemy. All right, a lot of really good stun effects. Crush, that can be solid. Yeah, we can go for Crescent Strike. That's pretty good. Rictus is solid, but I think we have enough stuns at the moment. Kind of same with Stagehand. Although this does also give us a draw spell. So sure, we can grab this. All right, let's go ahead and hit up the Dread. This looks fine. Well, our one effect that we got, our Mystic Meditation, will be pretty good for this because it should reduce down the cost of any curses. I think let's try to pass first. Yeah, I figured it'd play something. When I'm summoned, or you summon a Titanic ally, curse the strongest enemy with terror. Yeah, we're trying to avoid some of those curses. We're definitely going to get hit with them, but
No cure.
trying to delay that as much as we can.
My kind of lesson.
Let's go ahead and drop some of these Concussive Palms just to keep them from attacking. So this will actually be a bit bad, because
I follow only one path.
now when we're striking them, we're not going to do any damage because we have zero power. All right, let's get rid of the terror so we can try to, well, get some damage down. Let's actually recall our own unit, because then it will give us another Concussive Palm.
I do all right.
They picked the wrong road.
Even
All right, so those will all get recalled, but most of them he won't be able to kill. There we go, got some scaling going.
one blade, one.
All right, let's go ahead, get some damage down. This will probably take a little while. Sure, let's
Even I.
go ahead and stun that. And yeah, we have the mana, we can just get rid of that effect right there. All right, nice. Blade Twirler.
Quick footwork.
All right, so we will just work on stunning all of these. And we can drop this right here.
Terrain here is. I do all right. Even I
So these are actually just gonna let our Yasuo pretty much scale up forever. I think all these die by their effect, right? Yeah, so these are all gonna die, but that's fine. We'll replace this, stun both of these.
What have you become? If I told you.
Because with the Fury and the Strikes, it's just giving him more and more damage. Let's drop this right here.
Underestimate. Dare you. Now who's got the upper hand?
All right, let's go ahead and attack like this, and that's hopefully going to be game.
Here's our chance.
Yep, GG. Let's see. Paddle Star. It's not bad, especially this would be pretty cheap. But getting more Blade Twirlers can give us a lot of damage. I think let's, yeah, try to go here. Although Paddle Star's not bad. Let's just go for the item chest. We don't have that much gold for the shop. And sure, getting some more Crescent Strikes can be okay. What do we want to cut? Probably the Seedling. Doesn't really do too much to us or for us. Let's go for Elise. This looks fine. Yeah, so far we haven't really been struggling at all. Like Yasuo already was incredibly good even without his 6-star.
Let me change into
But really your
something
6-star is just making
comfortable.
everything better for you. Let's go ahead and, yeah, drop our Yasuo. Let's recall this one. We want him to be able to level before they, or level at least while they're attacking, which we should be fine because we'll get a recall right here, and we have 2 stuns ready to go. Nice. Yeah, hopefully they don't open attack. Perfect. So we can drop our Blade Twirler, and now we can just play one of these right here. Everything is going to die because that's going to level up our Yasuo. The Tempest Blade is pretty nice to have, especially in situations like this.
Destiny waits. My kind of blessing. I do all right. My kind of blessing.
Yeah, the Fury for Yasuo is quite nice, just giving you so much scaling. And now we also have our Blade Twirler. This might make us draw some more of the spiders. Alright, not quite.
Even I.
Let's drop this one right here. Oh, that sucks. There's a good amount of damage that we just lost because of that. Let's go ahead and stun both of these.
What have you become? If I told you.
All right, not the best for us. Decent damage down, but yeah, we were trying to wait and build out our board a little bit more, but we got punished for it. All right, nice little Steel Tempest. The fact that it says draw on it is just so good for you. Just really helps you not run out of things to play. Let's go for Samira. And yeah, we can recall one of these, just giving us further scaling and getting rid of a blocker for next round.
Fun.
All right, hopefully GG. Yep, there we go. Let's see, Rally Banner, Tough, Vampiric Scepter. I think we'll go for the Tough, just trying to give our Yasuo a little bit more survivability. Quick Draw, Unlimited Power. I mean, we don't really play that many expensive spells, and this is going to hit more than spells. So I think we'll go ahead and do this. Like, we could try to get unlimited power and then buy some really expensive spells from the shop, but since this can hit all cards, I think we'll go for the Quick Draw. We already have so much cost reduction for spells. We're normally playing them for free. Let's go for Pale Death. With our Yasuo, we actually could have gone the other route. It would have been perfectly fine. This is okay. We have Yasuo, stun, a couple draw cards. I think let's do a pass. They'll probably play something. We're trying to avoid Yasuo getting hit with a kill spell. but that still could happen. I think let's go ahead and try to get our level up progress a little bit further along. If we could get Yasuo to kill all these before they can, it would be pretty good. We can go ahead and attack like this. They'll be able to block, but the strike is giving us one more. Well, the strike is giving us one, and then the fury gave us another one.
Promise tomorrow. My kind of lessons. I do all right.
All right, perfect. Being able to kill their units so they can't kill their own is very good.
No cure.
All right, let's hit that right here. All right, so we weren't able to kill it, but at least we stopped their crumble from going off. Let's go for the elegant edge. Ooh, blade twirler, perfect.
Fast strikes. I do all right.
All right, let's try to attack. We might use concussive palm here.
Oh, dancing partner.
We kind of learned our lesson against some of the other ones about taking time to develop. Yeah, just constantly killing all their units shuts down this match so much. Other than that, the ruination is a little bad for us. Oh, man.
Here's our chance.
Is a leaf's only purpose to fall?
So that one's a little rough. I think we will drop Yone here. We just need units on the board to be able to attack.
I told you.
Yeah, that ruination was not the best, especially since we can't necessarily avoid it again. Like, we're not ending yet. That's actually pretty funny. We might actually die just from the damage.
Underestimate.
Because, yeah, we are killing all their units.
Try to keep up.
Alright, let's try to just immediately attack. Alright, we need to hit that one. We don't want them getting any more.
Now who's got the upper hand?
Any more damage to our Nexus. That was a little rough. Alright, that was a bit rough for us. Definitely should have gone the other route since it's a lot easier to just shut it down with control. We were doing really well there, but that ruination, pretty bad. Yasuo is still on the slower side, so yeah, not really the best. I think let's go for Blade Scout. And I don't really want to go up here for the Sickening Plunge. I think I'd rather go for Creeping Hatred, so let's go for the Spells Chest. Moon Weapon in hand. I think let's try to do a reroll, get something maybe a little bit better. Okay, a Ricochet. That's not going to do that much damage. Like, it would be pretty cheap, though. This would go off twice, cost 2 less, ally with 5 more power strikes the enemy. Place your bets. I think we'll go for here, just some flat extra draw. Although, I say that, we are going into Fiddlesticks, where draw is pretty bad, or can really punish you, so I think let's go for Bloody Business. And I would like the champion item, but since Yasuo was a little bit slower, don't really want to go for Sickening Plunge. Let's go for Creeping Hatred. This is okay. Yeah, your 6-star definitely makes you more consistent, but you still just don't have that much damage, and you can be a bit on the slow side. Let's risk passing. I think they'll normally play something.
Is a leaf's only purpose to fall?
Just a little bit worried about Yasuo immediately getting killed by something. That's a pretty big board, though. Alright, so we need 3. That'll be fine, so we can hit that one. Actually, let's... Yeah, this will be fine. Because this one will actually go off last. Actually, yeah, we don't need 3, we just need 2. So that'll be decent.
I do all right. Maybe I do have a future. My kind of lessons.
So yeah, everything's getting stunned, and then everything's dying except this one. But it'll die at the end of the round, because when it gets recalled, Yasuo then has another chance to stun it. Let's go ahead and stun this one. We could recall some of our own units here. so we could use them as a stun again. I think let's drop Samira just so she can help with the attack. We don't want this match dragging out too long, especially with our somewhat limited health. It's like I want to be able to stun that so it can't block, but I'm a little bit worried at the same time. I think let's just try to attack like this. And then we can recall her. Sure, let's drop her right here.
For myself.
When you put down roots, you choose a place to die.
Sure, let's hit up Mr. Root. I think we can kill the Undying. They're gonna draw constantly. Sure, I think that could be fun, right? Yeah, let's drop this here.
Brother, what have you become? If I told you, my kind lessons. Even
Crumble, not great. This is one of the downsides of Yasuo, is if he does die, all of his stats essentially get, like, purged off of him. That is a little rough.
I do all right. Move with purpose.
I'm a little bit... Yeah, I don't really like them being able to block. I guess they only have one unit that actually can. Sure, let's go ahead and try to get some damage down. Yeah, if you wanted, especially for encounters where you don't have to do the big stun on level up, you could replace the Tempest Blade with either like a Beast Within for a little bit more, well, guaranteed overwhelm, or potentially like a Black Shield just to try to protect your Yasuo a little bit more.
Does the wind bleed, or does it follow? My kind of
Another crumble. Oh, man. Alright, let's... we could go for a Yasuo. We would get one stun out of it, which is okay. Not necessarily the best. Toss 2, heal your Nexus 2. They have 17 cards left. Those are both pretty big, though. I think we'll try to drop a Yasuo, even though Tempest Strike will probably be a little bit better.
for me there. I see every move. Dishonorable. Welcome to try.
Alright, so here we're just trying to reduce down the damage we're taking. Honestly, we might just have the enemy get milled to death. Although I guess how many cards? We have 40 cards left, oh my word. So yeah, we're not running out of cards.
Silent as death. Don't hold anything back. I want.
Alright, let's go for a Crescent Strike so we can damage a couple of these. Yeah, let's hit up these two.
I do all right. Even I do all right. Even my kind of
I hope you're excited to die too.
Alright, they have 10 cards left. Let's go ahead and attack like this. Alright, hopefully GG there. Yep, there we go. Pick an ally, recall all of the units and landmarks. I think we'll go for Blade Twirler. That can gain more copies of that is quite good. Alright, item chest. Steel Tempest is kind of funny because we're then playing it and guaranteeing to draw another Yasuo. But I think since it's Audio's draw on it, it can be a little much. Yeah, it could be giving us a little bit of overdraw, which could be a bit rough into Fiddlesticks. Although, running out of our cards is also pretty bad. Regen. I don't think the regen will really matter. They don't have that much health. I think we will actually risk this. Because some of these encounters we have been running out of health, or not health, cards. Free Concussive Palm. Sure, especially with the Grifter's deck, that could be pretty good for us. We will purchase healing here just to make sure we're all set. And let's go and hit up Fiddlesticks. Let's get rid of Stagehand and Gruesome Theater. We want to get our stun card we just picked up that has the Grifter's deck. We'll risk passing. We'll it's like I'd like to get the Blade Twirler on the board. Let's pass one more time. Okay. Yasuo will get hit with their Grotesque Gift, but we need him to be on the board.
Like the wind, always by my side.
Yeah, we can go for... Well...
Even
I think we'll just pass right here. We don't want to get milled too hard. All right, let's try to go for the Blade Twirler. And we can go for a Crescent Strike right here. And I think let's go for Samira.
No need to make a name for myself. Just an
No one is promised tomorrow. No cure. I do all right. Even I kind of restless.
All right, not too bad.
here's our chance.
Oh, that was one of the cards we needed that just got obliterated. So not the best. Let's go ahead and attack before they can play anything. They potentially will kill like our Samira, but let's get some damage down while we can. Yeah.
Here's our chance.
Let's go ahead and stun that one. We do not want that being a problem for us. We have 32 cards left, and we have not drawn kind of the ones we need. So yeah, we're trying to draw more so we can get the cards we need, but that's just going to make us get milled a little harder. Let's go for a Crescent Strike right here. Don't want some of these cards on the board next round. Oh, man. At least we've been able to shut them down pretty well, but I keep seeing the cards we need with the Grifter's deck getting obliterated, and we haven't been able to play any of them.
Now who's got the upper hand?
All right, not the best. We'll go ahead and pass.
I alone decide my fate.
So this will help us draw a bunch, which is going to be good for our hand, but at the same time we're going to get milled even harder.
Even I no cure. They picked the wrong road.
I think we won't get the stun, but let's still play our Samira. We want to be able to open attack. We don't want to have to take time to develop it all. I've seen so many of the card we need getting obliterated. It sucks. We're down to 12. With our Grifters, we could have been fine, but
Summon your own speed.
yeah, a little unfortunate. Double the power of allies' health, grant them Challenger. I'm a little bit worried because I know they have kill spells, so I think I'll actually just go for like Sunderer. Could we get... nope. Float all units with 4 less power and play your in hand. I think we'll just go for the Arachnid. Yep, there's the Vengeance.
The upper hand. Underestimate. I dare you. Sing. Should have sagged.
Alright, let's drop a Yasuo.
Leave it for the guiltless.
Do we want to go for Sunderer this round? Sure, especially since our Yasuo isn't going to be strong enough to kill that Fiddlesticks. Alright, we have 11 cards left. Still have 3 Nightmares in there. Yeah, we pretty much just had really bad luck. We did have a card with Grifter's deck that could have been very, very good for us, but I think we just had every copy that get obliterated. We have 1 card left. Oh, man. And this says draw on it.
If we seek forgiveness, we
Hey, look, it's the one card we needed.
Our purpose calls to us. We cannot turn away.
Let's... try to block like this. I think this will work because this will go off first, putting Grifter's deck in, putting it more in back in our deck, and then the other one draws it. All right, let's do another one right here to try to put more back in our deck. I guess we can play this. It'll make us draw a card, but then it gets a card that we have Grifter's deck with.
Don't ask how I got it.
Even I
It's going to be interesting.
no
Because, yeah, we're going to get punished for drawing cards, but then all those cards, yep, all four. Ah, man. Yep, out of cards. A little sad. All right, let's go ahead and try that again, and hopefully we can get some more of our concussive palms before it's literally the last card in our deck. Let's go again. This can be okay. I don't really like re-rolling here, because when you re-roll these cards, you get kind of punished. We'll do a pass here. Try one more. All right, we can go for a Yasuo here.
watch your back.
And sure, we'll play an Elegant Edge. Perfect. We can go for a Concussive Palm right away. We want to immediately get more copies of this shuffled back in our deck. And yeah, we can recall that one right here. This way we can attack, get some early damage down, and help these units scale up a little bit more.
My kind of lessons. No cure. No one is promised tomorrow.
Yeah, I think
Do all right.
the Tempest Blade in some situations, like you saw against Elise, can be very clutch, but it's not as needed. So I think trying to maybe go for like a spell shield, like the Black Shield, could have been a little bit better. Let's maybe play Blade Twirler on our attack turn.
Ask for permission or forgiveness.
All right, we can go ahead and pass.
Even I. No cure.
Everyone just dying from the gloom. Let's try to drop Blade Twirler. They might just like Vengeance our Yasuo. Or that.
Now who's got the upper hand?
I wanted to go for our Stagehand. I think we actually still might.
If you do not have a part to play, take one.
So the good thing is, even without our Yasuo, this can be okay, because they're still going to get recalled at the end of the round.
Here's our chance.
All right, I was trying to get our other spell. We're going to get punished for this draw, but okay, great. We're able to get Concussive Palm. That's really what we were hoping for. We just want to get more of these to constantly be in their deck.
Something for the road. Here's our chance.
So their entire board is stunned, meaning their entire board is going to get recalled. Crown Guard, perfect. We'll be able to play that later. So getting some decent damage down. And yeah, even without Yasuo, all of their units are going to get recalled here.
The upper hand.
All right, nice. They're using that on someone not Yasuo.
Underestimate. I dare you.
All right, let's go ahead and drop him here. Oh, that kind of sucks. Let's drop a Shadow Assassin. Let's go for our Steel Tempest. Yeah, the amount of draw we have is both good and terrible. Sure, let's drop Blade Twirler.
My kind of lessons.
Now who's got the upper hand?
All right, those were some of the cards we needed. All right, we do have Crown Guard that we can play this round. Let's go for a stylish shot. Yeah, we can go right here. So decent damage. Let's drop our Crown Guard. Yeah, let's go ahead and play her here. They only have 1 mana, so I don't think there's too much they should be able to do. We can drop our Samira for that stun and another kill.
Blade never gets any lighter.
All right. That'll be GG. Solid. That was decent. Yasuo, not really the best matchup into Fiddlesticks, just because Yasuo is a little bit slow and also has a lot of draw, which is kind of the 2 things that Fiddlesticks is great at countering, but still able to come away with the win there. The 6-star, not really changing what you're doing too much, but it just makes everything you're doing feel even better, because now every single stun is essentially a hard removal since they're getting recalled at the end of the round. And then the recalls just help Yasuo and your units scale up even more, since a lot of the effects are stuns or recalls. So overall, pretty solid 6-star. I think you can definitely move away from his rare relic if you want. Since you do have so much better removal now, you can definitely flex and kind of change these relics a little bit. Also, since it's just based on stuns, if you're not able to get Yasuo on the board like you saw with that 1 round there, just playing a bunch of stuns still works out quite well. Overall though, makes Yasuo feel even better. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, greatly appreciated, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.